Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to watch. I've got an update for you guys on your system that will be impacting the south central U.S. This evening into tomorrow, and then the afternoon and evening hours of tomorrow night. We have a very major ice storm that's been ongoing. We've got a lot of crashes reported along the major highways in this area. We've been dealing with a lot of unsteady temperatures in the last few hours. We have a few Arctic air masses kind of just battling between each other, and then your warm air mass down here also battling with this one coming down south. So we've got a big Arctic blast that's on the way. We're going to be looking at your temperatures in the last part of the update. But we've got a good update for you guys, so we'll get into the update starting with your alerts. As you can see, it's pretty kind of crazy out there. You have ice storm warnings that are out here for a few counties in central Arkansas and then western Tennessee. You also have that ice storm warning. You have a ice storm warning for a few counties in northwestern Mississippi. And then I do think that this winter weather advisory will expand a little bit farther south. So this could include regions of northwestern Alabama and then a lot more of Mississippi. You do have these winter storm warnings that are out for central Texas and then the Boot Heel and southern portions of Missouri, and then a very southerly portion of Illinois also in that winter storm warning. But that's pretty much it. I don't know if I mentioned Oklahoma, but Oklahoma is also in that. You have some flood warnings out here from that rainstorm, the leftover precipitation from that, and some precipitation from your ice storm actually has been falling in these areas, so that's why that's out there. But that's pretty much it. You have a flood watch out here that goes out for a few counties in this goes for eastern Texas, few counties in eastern Texas, and then northern Louisiana. So that's pretty much it for your weather. A very big area for wind chill advisories, or I believe that, yes, that is wind chill advisory. This goes out for all of Wisconsin, all of Minnesota, almost all of North Dakota, a little bit of South Dakota, a good chunk of Nebraska, some of Kansas. This goes for northwestern Kansas, a little bit of Colorado, sorry, and this also does go for Wyoming. So it's pretty crazy out there in terms of what's been happening in the last few hours. So I think we're going to start it off with what's been happening down south. So we are definitely not there. We are here at we'll put this to 8 p.m. And you could see that you've got some ice and some sleet falling down here in Missouri, and then northern Arkansas also in that. You've got some rainstorms that have been moving through southern Arkansas and then northern oh my gosh, sorry guys, Mississippi. But that's going to continue throughout the day, and then obviously Louisiana as well. I don't know, it's been a pretty rough night, just a lot of agonizing work, so it's been pretty slow of it. But that's why I'm kind of lightheaded today. Yeah, we'll get back to the weather. So you can see that this continues throughout the night, doesn't show any signs of stopping. This continues into Kentucky. It's still sleeting, and you've got a lot of slick roads out there. This does make it, though, out of Arkansas, getting a little bit of a secondary push of some ice, but that's going to be it. And then your next storm will start to form. This one coming into Texas and then Oklahoma, getting a pretty nasty winter storm. You're getting some snow, sleet, and ice mixing together. This goes for a 11 a.m. The 31st, I would say, is your biggest, I guess the worst part of your storm. That would be the time frame for it. But it continues throughout the afternoon hours of tomorrow, and this one looking like it's going to be a little bit bigger one. This one getting a lot more sleet into the boot heel of Missouri, and then a little bit farther south for you folks in Arkansas. But that's gonna be pretty much it for that winter storm. You get another freezing rain event that starts to form. This one getting a little low. That's gonna go a little bit farther south than West Texas, but this one looking like it's not going to be as major. We're almost at the end of the mile run. But this sticks around for a few hours and then finally dies off, becoming just mostly a rainstorm. Sorry about the coughing, guys. It's been a little bit sick too, but we should be returning back to normal by tomorrow. So, we'll go to now our ice totals, and this was updated. This was updated, I believe, a few hours ago, but I just want to show you, it's been updated a lot. 0.97 inches of ice. You have 10 inches of, 1 inch of ice. This is on the ground. This is insane amount of ice. When you see this much ice, you almost know for sure that there's going to be pileups. So please do not attempt travel if you're living in south central Arkansas or central Texas. Because this isn't just one tiny area. This goes for almost all of central Arkansas, getting at least half an inch of ice. And then you go to now western Tennessee, and this getting half an inch of ice exactly. And this does not go for only like a tiny half of the state. This goes for the whole entire, I guess you could say 3/4 of the western half of Tennessee. It's crazy the amount of ice that's going to be on these roads. And this doesn't just stay in these areas too. You have Oklahoma getting some of the ice, a little bit less than half an inch of ice. Going to the boot heel of Missouri, you're getting a little bit less than half an inch of ice as well. We'll go to Kentucky. It's pretty much the same idea. I mean, you're getting up to 0.30 inches of ice. So it's a very major ice storm that's going to be impacting these areas throughout the next few hours into tomorrow night. But you got to watch those conditions, and you've got to make sure that you have a plan for whatever could come to you, whether it's traveling or even just staying at home, because there's gonna be power outages with this. I mean, I know it. So please be careful with this storm, and please do not attempt to travel when the freezing rain is falling at the hardest, I guess, intensity. So what you want to do is just kind of stay home, ride it out, and just make sure that you've got a plan for whatever weather could impact you. So listen to the National Weather Service, listen to your local weather stations, but just make sure that you're ready for this major ice storm, especially you guys in south central Arkansas. We're going to go now to the northeast, and we're going to be taking a look at what's to expect for the next few days. Meaning that maybe like 1 or 2 days out. So it's been relatively dry, considering that your storm is pretty much over. That is moved out of Maine. I know that's pretty old now, but we've got some snow showers flying around out here. This goes for northwestern Pennsylvania and the border between Pennsylvania and New York State. But that's going to be it, and that kind of just diminishes overnight. Then you're getting into the afternoon and morning hours of tomorrow. You got some snow falling in Ohio, and then falling in across the lakes. You could have some lake effect snow, spotty lake effect snow there. Got some rain showers now, starting to drop some rainfall, and central Pennsylvania into southern Pennsylvania, and then northern West Virginia also getting some of that. That continues throughout the day, now giving Vermont and New Hampshire some snow, and then looking like a tiny, tiny snowstorm, not like talking like a major snowstorm, but a little tiny, tiny snowstorm for you guys in along the coast of Maine. But that's just going to be it for that. And then that low pressure kind of just rides out along the Canada coastline. But then you get a pretty dry, I guess you could say, day or half a day. And then you get your major storm that's going to be impacting a little bit further south. But you get a lot of snow right away, and you recognize the track of this storm is looking like these major cities are spot on for snow. But you're actually right, because we continue this throughout this. Doesn't change the rain, doesn't change to any freezing rain or anything, continues to snow. Now you're getting New York City getting some snow. New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey, getting some snow. And this continues throughout the day. Philadelphia could have some snow. DC, possible snow. So it's a lot of, I guess, possibility for some snowflakes to fly around. We're going to look at the snowfall totals a little bit later, but, I mean, it will snow, and you could definitely see some snow flying around out there. I don't think it's going to accumulate that much, but it will definitely snow a little bit. This is going to be the middle of the night, so you're most likely not going to see this. But if you're an extremely early waker, I don't know. I bet nobody of you wake up this early, but at 5 a.m., I guess if you want, you could wake up at 5 a.m. and see the end of this storm reaching the east coast of Long Island and New Jersey. But that's going to be it. And then by morning hours, you're pretty much done with the precipitation. Then you got some high pressure in place there. So that's going to be it for that snow in southern New England, mid-Atlantic. But we're going to be taking a look at your snowfall totals. And you can see that it's not bad. You only have like up to 6 inches here in way upstate New York. That's actually probably even from a different system that's going to impact them. But really, I would say down here is where you would see the most reliable or believable snow totals. So you're topping off at 5 inches here for West Virginia. In southwestern PA, you're topping off at 4 inches, 5 inches, maybe even. Ohio, topping off at probably 3 inches of snow. And then Kentucky, topping off at 3 inches of snow as well. And that's pretty much it. New Jersey could also have the very southern tip of New Jersey could have 1 inch. But that's going to be pretty much it. I also forgot to say, Virginia also going to get up to 2 inches of snow from this one. So, not a bad storm, but it's definitely going to snow throughout the hours of middle of the night. So, just watch for that snowfall that could possibly fall. And then we'll be taking a look at, I don't know why I think this was an extra tab. Yes, this was an extra tab. So, we're actually going to be taking a look now at our temperatures. And you can see that as of now, it's been pretty cold. I mean, we'll take this up north, starting up north. You have temperatures well below zero. These are temperatures, not real feels. If we were to get the real feels up, it would be crazy. You got negative 11, negative 13 degrees out here. Negative 14. This goes for all of Minnesota in these temperatures under 0 degrees. And then this will continue into the Dakotas, into Wisconsin, and then into Iowa. So it's going to be a very strong blast of cold air. But I also want to move over to the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. Look how cold it's going to get on Saturday. I know these guys haven't been experiencing that much cold air, but look how cold it's going to get on Saturday. Yeah, this isn't real feel. 18 degrees. 12 degrees. This is upstate New York. It doesn't usually get this cold in upstate. Negative 20 degrees in upstate New York. Think of how cold it's going to be up here. And it's not even that cold. I mean, you think, oh, if it's 18 degrees in the northeast, it's got to be like negative 50 down here. I mean, I'm obviously exaggerating, but it's not even below zero here. So this is all eyes on the northeast. This is why I'm going directly to the northeast. Let me zoom in right here on Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey. We're going to put this to the middle of the night Saturday. 14 degrees. 15. The real feel for this is well below zero. So it's going to be extremely cold. And then it just doesn't stop. And it's crazy. 13 degrees. 9 degrees. 9 degrees out there. This is 2 degrees in Connecticut. So just watch out for those insane cold temperatures. It's going to be bitter on Saturday morning. So watch out for that big blast of cold air. I don't think I'm going to give you much on the latest GFS model run for this upcoming storm, but we're going to do it anyways. You got a little rainstorm that's gonna pop off down here in the southeast. That moves out. Here comes another system that comes flying up the coast. You get a very strong low pressure here that's going to bring a lot of rain to the Carolina coast. And then that finally moves out. But a very big rainstorm. You get a clipper-like system that could bring some precipitation stretching down into parts of northern Oklahoma. And then this forms its own storm, low pressure, a little bit farther south than Texas. And then you get some rain starting to form here in central Arkansas. And that becomes a pretty major storm, looking like it could be a possible severe weather outbreak. Because it's showing up a little red and orange here on the GFS, and it doesn't doesn't continue for like 2 hours. It continues for 3, 4, 5, maybe 5+ hours. And that moves out, bringing a little bit less snow than what we've been seeing in the last few days. Here comes another rainstorm that comes firing through the northeast, giving some snow and possibly even thunderstorms to Long Island, New York City, and Rhode Island, and maybe even the Boston area. So, looks like a pretty major storm here. And that moves out, and you get another major system, this one looking like it's going to be a monster one. A very weird kind of path, you could say, or shape to this one. But that's the end of the model run. So I think what we're going to say for now is just watch out for that ice storm. It's going to be very dangerous. And watch out for that Arctic blast that's going to be heading down into the northeast. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, share, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. It really helps me out when I see a new subscriber every day. Because that's what's been happening for the last few days. But thank you so much for watching again. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. So we'll see you guys.